Why not? There, done.
Brave does he not believe. Brave does he not.
Will you repeat all I say? All I say.
Got it.
I am free. Gальвиno.
Let's go.
I will. Brave does he not believe.
Would you look at this?
Brave does he not believe.
Let's go!
Don't even slow it down! Brave does
Would you look at this?
he not believe.
Suck! Got him! Let's go!
Gotcha!
Let's go! Settle!
Brave thou cannot believe.
Lowest Pixie Honor!
Sacred
Why not? There, done.
Brave thou cannot. Gotcha.
Back again? I told— Of course, a fresh fool to replace the last fools. What brings you stomping through my workshop, eh? Straight to business, no nonsense. We appreciate that.
Anything for a breather from your endless yammering.
You would miss me if I were gone, Aimura. For who would tolerate your barbs and insults? But you come seeking the White Forge, like they all do. Boys with smooth cheeks and wild dreams. Girls with bright ribbons tied next to their scabbards. Old men and women, too, seeking a final blaze of glory before they're snuffed out for another turn at the wheel. Sound familiar? I have this conversation with every pig-headed swashbuckler those Postenagos and stalwarts send here. Go see Gальвино, they say. Surely he'll help you.
Must have slipped their minds what a busy and important fellow you are.
I should have let them stone you. Would have silenced your endless rattling forever.
Then you'd have naught but those frostbitten inbreds for company.
The spiteful imbeciles destroyed my career, ruined years of work. The villagers and their adventurers hammer and pry at the battery as if they were laying siege to some moldering lord's keep. But those stones were laid by some of the finest builders ever to have lived, disciples of Abidan in the truest sense. They will not fall by the whims of any kith, and the door itself, it is infused with living essence. With the secrets of the Pargrunen dwarves, of course. The Pargrunen of Durgan's battery perished within their own keep, victims of a violent disagreement among their own Surely in the village you have heard stories, no? Disappearing caravans, tracks in the snow, screams from the high tower. The work of spirits still trapped in the battery, and a testament to those impenetrable. But the door of the keep, the one the Pargrunden filled with essence, it was made to listen, to recognize its masters. Traditional Aptapo cultures revolved around language. Words revealed who they were. That is why you need a Kantek. Some liken it to a poem, others to an anthem. In reality, it is more than a Kantek is a statement of purpose, a declaration of identity. Thus, to enter a fortress like Durgan's Battery, you would stand at the gate and recite its cantic. To learn the cantic, you must speak with one of the dwarves of Durgan's Battery. But no doubt their souls live on in one or two of the villagers of Stalwart, like fine wine poured into a cheap pot. But to identify them, that is the first problem. You would need the skills of an animancer. A watcher? Diverus? If this is true, then you could find a soul descendant from Durgan's Battery, no question. You would have to learn the cantic from the dormant soul. And to do that, you would have to awaken it. An awakening is merely the jolting of a dormant soul into consciousness. When such things happen normally, it is because something has reminded the subject of a past life, often violently so. Thus, to awaken one of the former dwarves of Durgan's Battery, you will need to address that soul, and preferably by name. But show some care. When you examine these souls, whatever it is you watchers do, you may see images, memories. These are moments of special import. What you see will tell you much about the person, and perhaps the condition in which they awaken. Awaken them from a traumatic memory, and who knows, maybe they awaken thirsty for blood. Or maybe you awaken someone else. Here, this has been tuned to the Aeon of Durgan's Battery. Use it near the villagers, and it should tell you if one has a soul old enough to have come from the battery. Who can say? None have yet opened Durgbat. The ones that came before you, I have not seen them since they first came to see me several weeks ago. Oh, yeah, whoever you awaken will live with the memories, and that is why you must pay attention. It is a monument. You have much work ahead of you, as do I.
I'm going with him.
You? Go to Stalwart? Is this your macabre sense of humor, or has something gone to rust in that beautiful head I crafted?
No one will bother me while I'm with him. Besides, I can help him find people in Stalwart.
You haven't been to Stalwart in 13 years. And this Watcher... Besides, I have need of you here. You owe whatever remains of your wicked life. This charming specimen...
Mighty fine of you to start...
Killed over it.
Hey, I know how to start a campfire.
The only reason she's not a frozen corpse is because... Into a work of art! Fully...
And of crushing your throat.
Show me another smith... Why build a fortress? Or if it was the... I thought...
One with a plummet.
She committed her first crime. Did the same thing in half a dozen other villages, but the name stuck.
Here we go.
They were going to stone her anyway. Why not allow her to be put to some useful purpose?
My life's ambition. To serve...
I approached Mayor Sina then.
Oh, now you got them all wound.
I transferred a fully intact... Yet the villagers saw only a stolen corpse. She may be mad, but she's no fool. If the villagers didn't send...
See, he's reminding me. In case I get any bright ideas.
She's a fine specimen. Quay? No. This woman, the Devil of Karek, she was a notorious murderer. Besides, she works for me. After all, I am the one who preserved her. So you get use of the devil's services, and I get the satisfaction of knowing those stiffnecks. It's a deal.
Fine price for a blacksmith.
And there you have it, a bargain.
You walk your path, I'll walk mine.
A moment. You are going... There is a man in the village named Grin. The rest of Stalwart kisses his feet because he fills their stinking plates with speckleback. But I know he's not his virtue. Humiliate him, of course. Show his neighbors what he truly is. And let him live with the disgrace. He's always been a ripple sponge addict. Just got good at hiding it once his sainted sister died and left him in charge of the fishery. But he keeps a stash in the fishery, sneaks in at night when the others have gone home, and emerges sluggish and red-eyed a few. I want you to expose him. Go to the fishery after dark when it's empty, find his ripple sponge and show it to Renengild. That self-righteous meddler engineered my eviction from the village. He turned them all against me. Now I want him to feel the scorn of those mush-brained imbeciles. Do not answer me now. But when you return to that festering eyesore and smell the stink of fish that hangs in the air... Besides, you appreciate a good joke, don't you? De Verus, this will be a great one. But be sure to approach the fishery by night, as must the gods do. Something else? You're the Watcher. You must, when you find such a... As would I. But their hands were smooth and marked with other projects. They are none of your concern. For years I've been trying to create another like the Devil of Carrick. Now, I can only create these broken, mindless things. The Devil remains my most perfect creation. Smugglers, slavers, fugitives... The kind of riffraff that passed this way. Rarely missed, and good work to keep my little devil busy. I can't present the devil. The devil has not scorched you yet, eh? You're the Watcher. You must win something else, as would I. But their hands were smooth. The other projects, they are none... Fully... Now... Brave thou.
Moed Pixie Anna!
Uh-huh. Effigies. If it's sane and mayhap you've
That was the start of the purges.
a farmer, and so did a few thousand of St. Widewin and most of his
You were from...
fine line between couldn't and they had us clean. Just look at sides. So we let Widewin. They dealt with the was after they came in. Must have just they didn't like. I woke. Most ran for the streets, hunting down the men. Well, we just got to do our best. It were a mob. Kept hoping I'd get to him as I was working my way through the only kind I have, with no other way to feel about the man who flayed my living soul. Around about 13 years. Too long. He managed to stuff my soul into every day. Just kept putting it off. It's not like either of us was going anywhere. Looked after his tools, all those, but don't you worry. Just so you know, you got a yeah, I have stalwarts, better than staying at Gальвино. I got a reputation. People in these little villages ain't the most open-minded. Not yet. Plenty. Just cause I no more than what for fancy dwarven and that's on nothing. Only the lad couldn't put ain't felt that way about murder. There weren't much to say about it. Ma was Dad was a tink, my brothers and sister.
Yeah? Huh? Yeah?
It's past midnight. Go! To raid Ceres, or Defiance Bay, or fucking Air Glo- I'll tell them. Mayor Sina healed. The neighbors, everyone.
About what?
The stealing. You think I haven't noticed the money missing from the fishery coffers? Or heard Tana talk about losing a golden duke? You can't be found when there's work to do. But every time those merchant wagons roll into town, you've got coin enough for a few...
No, it's not.
Stalwart tolerates your sponge habit, but they won't abide your thieving. I will.
You take shelter in our village and then ransack it like a common thief? You'd better explain yourself! What's that supposed to mean?
Worth coming back for this alone.
It was an accident. I was a failure and a wretch then. But I never would have killed anyone. Least of all my own kin. I gave her body to the lake. But I kept her bracelet. To remember the cost of my own weakness. I ain't asking for forgiveness. I know I don't deserve any. My penance is my work on behalf of the village. And they need it, truly. You've seen the shape this place is in. Have mercy on Stalwart, if not on me. Let me do the work Arda would have done. That's my debt to Stalwart. And the only fitting way to honor my sister. Kept thinking I could get by this way. But I guess you're right. It's time they knew the truth about me.
Hey. Sure.
I hope you've had some luck. And do take care with that device. It has a few rather delicate What? So it works? What a day! But why these gems? I didn't think the device would be able to pick up inert Audra. Fascinating. I have to study this further. But all the same, it worked! At last! A breakthrough! With that Audra to work from, I can refine the enchantments. We'll be digging up iron, gold, Audra, all of it! This is going to change everything. Oh, and I won't leave you empty-handed, of course. Here, I had this set aside for supplies, but I don't think I'll be staying in Stalwart much longer. I won't forget all you've done for me. They'll hear about this back home, I promise you. Who knows? Perhaps they'll name the next bat-
Huh?
Village was a touch livelier. Well, bitter cold and anything's better than... Anyway, what about you? But don't let me keep you from this only kind I have with... Right here. To a frozen mill, I got a reputation.
Sure. Sure.
Welcome.
You got the look of someone with his teeth around a secret.
I wouldn't call it a secret. It's more like a mysterious thing he doesn't like to...
Welcome.
You look like you've been in the wilds. You've saved my hide. I can't thank you enough. Here, as promised. Thanks again. With a little luck, I'll trade these...
I did it, sir.
Back to warm your hands, eh? What can I do for you? You all right?
Something I can do for you?
Pay attention. Sooner... We're hurrying, Captain Greg.
Sir? Excuse me, sir. You all right? Who? I don't... Thief? I'm the captain of the guard. Best be careful where you sling an accusation like that. Then you're not one of Zoltan's buyers, eh? Sounds to these ears like you want a deal. I can make deals.
Louder. I'm not sure she heard you.
You have me at a loss. And yet, this is not a loss entirely. Hammers of Durgan, ring loud. May the anvil's deep music resound. Walls of the batteries safe. If anyone asks, you didn't hear it from me. Got that? Now. Beg your pardon for going on so. I got carried away and... What was that I said? About hammers and fires and... You must be joking. How could that happen? I can't be awakened. That means Andres tides. I'm stuck with him. It's not all bad, Owena. Way I see it, you and me can make some deals. To our mutual benefit. Deals? What do you want from me? For you, not from you. I'm thinking it's time we got a... I don't know about that. Hafric's a bit of a miser, he is. Don't you worry about Hafric. I've got something else in mind. Something you need, sir? Ha! Very good. Next time, tilt your head a little lower. Then you can get a look at his... We're just practicing, of course. Don't mind us. Something you need, sir? I should thank you. She's more of a natural at this thieving business than I ever was.
Uh-huh. Didn't think there was anything more. What do you find when you're rooting around like that? Mayhap I'm looking for someone. Woodcutter by the name of Harmka. So I can kill him. Wrap my fingers around his throat. He was one of them. The mob that destroyed. I tracked him to Stalwart years ago, but got caught before I could finish my business. Oh, don't go all soft on me. He's had it coming. This man, Harmka. I saw him outside my house the night it burned, staring into the flames the way I knew it were a fool's errand. If I knew I got the one responsible, I took a good long look at that side's point of pride for them. I told you he was part of the mob, but when we find him, I never thought I'd have the chance to know. Mighty fine of you. Don't know where he dallies these days, but someone in Stalwart could tell us. People from little villages, they always know.
Got it.
Back to warm your hands, eh? What can I do for you? The woodcutter? Sure do. Head west from the village, then go north. If you see the frozen stream, you've gone too far. Usually works a stand of trees out in the russet wood, though he steps out from time to time.
Well, what are we waiting for?
Read a Valian mystery that started out like this. It ended.
First, your neighbors hound you because you say the wrong prayers at supper time.
If it wasn't that, it'd be something else. Just their way of letting you know they care.
Then some cross-eyed lord gets to stringing up your neighbors.
A couple of them were ones that had been hounding me, so that worked out at least.
How goes? Auroch's shadow! What's that wicked thing doing here? It's a killer! Look, we don't want no trouble. Just trying to do our work. We'd be much obliged if you'd leave us be. And take that thing with... Everyone does. Let the Raid Sarens into the Deerwood. What's that got to do with anything? Just a woodcutter. Ask anyone in Stalwart. What did you say?
You're worse than Gальвино. Almost 15 years I've been looking for him. All that fretting and wondering. And the deed's over in less time than it takes to tell. I killed a lot of folk in my time. Felt their blood slick in my hands, smelled their flesh as it burned. And I always used to imagine what it would be like to have Harmka under my knife, feeling his breath come hot and fast, smelling the fear ooze out of him. Couldn't feel a thing. His fading pulse weren't no more than a patter of rain to me. This body, it weren't made for feeling. Gouging my fingers into Harmka's way, all it did was remind me that this is a madman's fever dream. Like a prison, but no, because in a prison, you lay your head down and you feel the straw. I still dream on folk. I wait, but then I lift my head, see a bro. I dreamed too of what Gальвино did that night. It was after I got caught. When a crowd of them came for me in the dark of night, I was only surprised it had taken them so long. Only they didn't march me to no gallows. No. They snuck me to another house on the edge of town, real sneaky-like. That's where weren't nobody fonder of reminding me. He was fiddling with some... Never actually. By that time, the mayor's goons had me trussed up good, and... So while Gальвино's fastening that helmet over my head and them copper bands around my arms, I'm starting to look at his contraption. It's this metal suit strapped into the machine. The one. I start asking Gальвино and the rest of them what's going... Then suddenly Gальвино tells... And then, by the time I think that was when I knew. Sure enough, and how Gальвино ended up in that little shack. The rest of they drove Gальвино out, destroyed a fortune in machinery. Still, he's lucky he didn't get a pelting. The old mayor fled too, and Stalwart's been as snug and cheery as ever. You're better company than Gальвино. Been a while since I were out in the world. Anyways, I've been wondering about that fortress. Near everyone thinks it'll have just the thing they need. Those villagers wanted to fix up their brook downtown. Gальвино always thought it carried some great secret of animancy. I don't know. I just figured, with those dwarves being... You really think so, huh? Well... There weren't much to say. Ma was a... Dad was a... My brothers and sister.
No problem.
Amazing. You could fit a whole village in here.
What do you say we go grab a drink after this?